there, YouTubers. It's me, Mr. Parker, and this guy sitting next to me, NJ.
What's up?
Who are the British Fist.
Touching.
Coming at you today with our Smackdown review. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on the show down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the links in the Google box below.
I can't quite stretch my finger as much as you, NJ. Right, so before we go into this review, we had, before, it wasn't shown on TV, we had the whole DX reunion thing before the show with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Now, it seems like WWE are trying to do a lot to get the SmackDown attendances up, because we've seen that the fact that SmackDown attendances have been low, and it seems like WWE are trying to do something to try and get those SmackDown attendances up, and it did kind of work tonight. We did see a pretty full crowd, didn't we, as opposed to the half-full crowds we've seen last week's.
The DX and the whole, I guess, Super Show is helping the ratings a little bit. Yeah. And all I can say is that the ratings have, not the ratings, but the attendance has gone up. If you're not down with that, DX have 2 words for you! Suck it!
We'll see if it works when the ratings comes out. Also, we had a 41-man Battle Royal, which was trying to get viewers too. So we'll go on to the review now then. We started off with a video package of Big Show's return last week. We kind of saw this twice during the night, but it's nice to start off from where we left off last week in the video package for Big Show.
And the first thing I'll say about Big Show is, throughout the night, he's just not seen.
No, we didn't see Mark Henry either, did we? Apart from once, which is stupid. But there we go. We open up with Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis, and they. Sorry, every time John Laurinaitis is on the stream, I can't help myself but laugh, and NJ just cringes with anger. They announced that on this historic episode of Friday Night Smackdown, which is now the #2 most weekly episodic show on Sci-Fi.
Oh yeah!
There's going to be a 41-man, a first ever, just one more than the Royal Rumble, 41-man Battle Royal for the #1 contendership for the title, and the winner gets the title of their choosing.
Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Yes. And that was pretty much it, wasn't it? I'm glad we didn't hear too much of John Laurinaitis.
No, he just stood there just saying that, yeah, well done for getting the second place and all that, yeah.
Yeah, so we go, holla, 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 holla. So that was what we got next. We got the 41-man Battle Royal. Before we go into this, was this really needed on this show? Do you think WWE could devote time to, say, hyping up a feud between Big Show and Mark Henry a bit more using this time, rather than having a Battle Royal?
Well, to be honest, Vengeance is already set in stone. Maybe matches could have been announced for it, instead of having this match that weren't really needed, because we didn't really need to have a title match tonight. No. So I just thought this was really pointless.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's trying to get people watching it, and this is something that we don't see very often. It was a big clusterfuck at the beginning, wasn't it? The first 10 minutes for me of this weren't very good.
The horrible thing about it... Okay, who's the first one eliminated everyone? Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Good push for him, yeah. Make him look great, yeah. First one eliminated over all the other stupid wrestlers.
WWE! You want to eliminate my boy Cody Rhodes first when he's the Intercontinental Champion and he's supposed to be getting a push? Well,
it's horrible. You had Heath Slater, Santino,
you had NXT guys in
NXT.
There. Oh, and see, he gets eliminated first. But the match got better as it went on. The last 5 minutes were decent because you could actually see rivalries intertwining in the Battle Royal, which was good.
Quite a few said, yeah. First, what I liked it just because I'm starting to like him now. Is Mason Ryan dominating a bit?
Yeah.
Then it was Sheamus dominating.
Yeah.
It was definitely getting going. The match definitely got going when they started eliminating people.
They had the whole Punk, Truth and Miz thing there on the outside. They had Christian eliminating Sheamus, developing their storyline. You had Orton at the end eliminating Miz. Sheamus eliminated loads of people, didn't he? Looking very strong. And I think this is WWE's way of making the guy look strong in Sheamus, who they're going to be building up as this Batista-like babyface without making him get the #1 contendership and allowing Orton to win it.
Yeah, I think giving the Sheamus the push by making him look dominant in the match is going to do wonders for him when it comes to him actually going against the champion. Yeah,
but who won the match?
Oh, surprise. We have Miz and Randy Orton fighting on the buckle.
Who do you think? Randy fucking Orton wins. I say this though, Orton went after the World Heavyweight Championship. Imagine if the interest I would have had in this SmackDown if he went after the Intercontinental Championship, said, screw the World Heavyweight Championship, I want Cody Rhodes' Intercontinental Championship.
Well, last week he was the whole talk about building himself up, and to be honest, he gets thrown into this 41-man Battle Royal and he wins. So good build-up, yeah.
I don't know, guess so, but apparently we're going to have one next week as well, according to spoilers. I know, it's not good, is it? Shall we leave that one then?
Please.
Okay then, we are From the Vault segment.
Woohoo!
Whatever. We have Teddy Long announcing that in a backstage segment that Del Rio will be having a match against Sheamus tonight.
They both need to look stronger into the pay-per-view. Let's just hope that when the match comes, they actually make it work properly so they don't look weak.
Yes, we'll come more to that when we get to it. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix in a non-title match.
Haven't we seen this match before?
Yeah, a pay-per-view. It seems to me like WWE again are trying to satisfy the fans by giving them what should be a pay-per-view match on free TV. It was a non-title match. Basically, Beth Phoenix pins Kelly after 2 minutes.
And the thing I want to say about Beth Phoenix is that she's good at free TV.
Yes.
When it comes to pay-per-views, she either needs help or loses.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess the champion looks strong.
She did.
I really wish they'd do maybe one time do a promo segment with Beth Phoenix and Kelly. Do a promo segment
because she always has a mic after the match. Instead of having a match, why not just have her in the ring talking trash or talking about Kelly?
Just a thought to make the Divas division stand out a little bit. That's all. The match lasted 2 minutes. It really wasn't that effective, but I guess it made Beth Phoenix look strong. So whatever.
That's true.
We then get a little segment where the Black Sin Cara is attacking the Blue Sin Cara backstage, and he rips his mask off and puts it on himself. No, you're not Cody Rhodes.
No.
It was alright. I didn't like it. I thought this was quite interesting.
Again, we said this before. We do need important stuff happening backstage that hypes up matches and that, and this was definitely one of them that I really enjoyed.
And then you have Sin Cara wearing the blue mask in his match with Justin Gabriel. One thing I will say here, Justin Gabriel, wasn't that a guy that they showcased in vignettes, a few weeks back, and was supposed to be giving him this push, and now he's doing the job for us, just to continue a storyline with Sin Cara.
That is true, because when I looked at Justin Gabriel, I thought, right, there's a good mid-card champion there. But obviously they're not following that through, because as you said, he jobbed to this Black Sin Cara.
Sin Cara versus Justin Gabriel. I really wish this match would have been competitive. It only went 2 minutes. If it went competitive, I wouldn't mind Justin Gabriel doing the job, because at least he would have looked decent in the match. It's just the thing, the match went 2 fucking minutes. It didn't make Justin Gabriel look credible at all. And Justin Gabriel is the kind of guy you really do need to make look credible at this sort of time in his career, when he's maybe going to be getting a push down the line.
That's true. While the Sin Caras are still new to WWE, matches like this, they should be showing their skills, but 2 minutes, you can't really do much, as you said before, in 2 minutes.
Really can't. This is a really recurring theme during the night. Time. Did not give segments enough time, in my opinion. We had the announcement of Zack Ryder and Kofi Kingston versus Swagler, or Dolph Ziggs, or whatever you want to call them, announced later tonight in a backstage segment. So we had another match announced. That's 2 matches, a couple of matches we've had announced tonight, which is nice throughout the night, I guess.
Okay, I look at this match, I'm thinking Mason Ryan would have made more sense than because of Zack Ryder.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll get to that when we come to it. Now we have our main event, I believe, which was Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus. If you let's say John Cena or Randy Orton were champion, which we don't want to see, but let's just say this: would they be filler for another rivalry? Because I don't think they would, and this is what's annoying me about Del Rio at the moment. They can't concentrate on Del Rio and Cena. They need to use Del Rio on SmackDown just to further along another storyline, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit with Del Rio.
It's good to see Del Rio facing other opponents, but going against Sheamus again, that's just not working out. It just didn't work out.
The match went 4 minutes. Again, I want to see a bit more of a competitive match so they both look good, because they need to both look good. At least the match, I really wish this match didn't finish clean, but Christian basically distracts Sheamus to allow Del Rio to get the win after 4 minutes. It should definitely have gone on for longer, shouldn't it?
The length would have been better if it was longer, but the other problem I had with it is on Raw, you have him walk out of the match.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, you have Christian help him defeat Sheamus. So he made him look weak, in my opinion, in 2 shows now.
It's really not good how they're booking Del Rio at the moment, in my opinion.
Not at all.
It's really, really random, especially on SmackDown. Just keep him on Raw if you're going to book him like this, so they can hype something up between Del Rio and Cena, because they haven't really done that much to hype it so far, have they?
No, not at all. Again, I was hoping more from Del Rio, but this match didn't help him.
No. Christian spears Sheamus twice after the match. I guess these two are going to be having some sort of pay-per-view match maybe down the line, so this kind of helps further on this storyline, even though I don't like Del Rio being filler, but there we go. Any more thoughts on this?
Well, now hopefully Del Rio will go back to Raw and do his job on there.
Yeah, hopefully. Just not jobbing, like actual jobbing, but there we go. Next, we have some tag team action. We have Swagger and Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston and Zack Ryder. Before we go into this match, I will say this. At least WWE are giving us consistent tag team action now, which is getting some time. This is one thing I'm liking at the moment. I don't like the fact that Ryder's in this match, but at least they're giving us consistent tag team action, which I like.
There should be consistent tag matches with actual tag teams.
Yeah.
It is not Kofi Kingston and Zack Ryder. I know Evan's injured, but is Zack Ryder the best person could have came up with?
Yeah.
Zack Ryder has that problem with Dolph Ziggler, and if Dolph Ziggler is in a tag team instead of a single wrestler, Mason Roll would have been the better choice.
And this brings on to a point I want to make. Dolph Ziggler is a US champion. Have him at the forefront of the stable with Vicky Guerrero, and have someone like Swagger and a Drew McIntyre in a tag team going after the tag championships. Therefore, then you can free Ziggler up to defend the US championship, which he needs to do if he's going to develop into a main event star. And then you've got the tag team sorted there as well. So just the thought there, WWE. The match itself got a lot of time. It was a good match, I thought. I just didn't like the finish. And NJ, you're going to do this one.
Okay, the finish was quite horrible indeed because you have this... I'm
out here filming footage for my YouTube show. Woo, fuck you.
Yeah, basically, Zack Ryder is kicking the head out of...
He pins the US champion.
That's
My God.
Cut a long story short, yeah.
Fucking hell. Why?
Again, it would have been Zack Ryder to be the one who gets pinned because you have the number one contenders looking weak by losing to someone like Zack Ryder.
I just didn't like... I like the match, just I don't like the ending, but there we go. Should we move on?
Yeah, we'll go into the next
God damn, we have a little bit of a Raw recap.
No, okay.
Filler we usually get on SmackDown that really degrades the show for us, but we have a backstage segment with Sheamus talking about a troll fella and how he kicked his ass fella. I really wish they'd stop making him telling these stories. I can't take the guy seriously when he tells these stories.
Well, to be honest, it's what Irishmen do. I'm called Irish, so I know what's going on. You keep going, Sheamus.
He talks about Christian, and it's hyping up a possible match between these two. We know they're in a feud, so I guess it was affected that way. I just really wish they'd stop making him telling these corny stories. It's making me really not take him seriously enough. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Dan, I'm not the big white bull. Keep going.
Oh, God, whatever. Main event tonight, we had Mark Henry versus Randy Orton for the Worldwide Championship after Randy Orton won the #1 contendership in that 41-man epic battle royal.
And this is another match we've seen before.
Yeah, and it was the only time we saw Mark Henry tonight, which was a bit I didn't like. But, you know, we've seen this match on Raw, we've seen it twice on pay-per-views, and for me, this is why this match really couldn't garner my attention. You know, the match went 7 minutes. It was you saw Henry dominating, Orton had his spots, but we've seen it so many times now, I just couldn't care about it.
And it's not the match that we actually cared about, it's the aftermatch that actually got our attention.
I mean, the aftermath comes when Cody Rhodes interferes. Him and Henry cause disqualification and beat on Orton. And then you have Big Show coming out, beating on Mark Henry. So you've got two feuds there interweaving in the main event. And then Randy Orton RKO's Cody Rhodes. And you're trying to tell me, after Randy Orton has just gone through a 41-man battle royal, had a grueling match with Mark Henry, he still has to come out on top against Cody Rhodes. I don't get that. It pisses me off.
Throughout the night, Cody Rhodes has been pretty much buried because he's had that big match, first elimination, now this. But there's way else to see this. We were saying during the SmackDown review show. The whole show, Dillon's booking, there's going to be a tag match next week.
There is going to be a tag team match next week. At least we see the tease of the two main feuds on SmackDown, Big Show and Mark Henry. It was good seeing them two in the ring. I enjoyed these two going at it in the ring. And then you have the Rhodes and Orton thing. I just hope Orton puts over Rhodes in some way, but I don't think it's going to happen the way Orton's been booked.
Cody Rhodes he's been booked okay, but he's been having Orton bury him a bit, so hopefully he can pick himself back up.
Yeah, so the whole premise of this was Rhodes costing Orton the title after him finally building himself up. So hopefully we'll see something between these two at the pay-per-view, even though it's not really announced yet. We've still only got 3 matches announced at the pay-per-view. No matches were announced tonight, which is a big downer for me. 2 weeks, 9 days before Vengeance.
It's a bit appalling, but we've still got a week left, so hopefully they'll make matches like this.
Well, you never know.
No.
Overall thoughts then on SmackDown today?
Not a great SmackDown. I didn't really enjoy it. The first match, when I first saw it, I thought, what a mess. And then just from there, we had Beth Phoenix looking strong, good, because that's what we want to see, Beth Phoenix looking strong. Then the main event, it kind of led up to a good, strong match, but again, it's a match we've seen before. That's the continuous night match we've seen before.
I will say this, it wasn't a terrible show. It kept my interest in parts. Like I said, the Big Show, Mark Henry, and Rhodes Orton feuds for me are interesting, and I do want to see those feuds. A lot of the segments tonight was ineffective because it just didn't get enough time, and this is a real recurring theme on SmackDown, especially 2 weeks before a pay-per-view.
And Dan, that took you 2 minutes.
Really?
Not really, I was just saying, the most matches took 2-something minutes.
I know,
yeah, stupid.
Really didn't do its job for the pay-per-view in my opinion. It did its job to hype the feuds, but just not give us matches. So I'll give this, I mean, it wasn't a bad show. There was some things I liked about it, but I'll give it a C. I mean, they're obviously trying to garner to the audience out there, trying to make it stand out a bit more. But it's affecting the pay-per-view hype sometimes, especially when you have a number one contendership match to a title which you already have a number one contendership to.
Well, I'm going to give this a C. Throughout the night, they made the right people look strong, apart from the main event when they had Orton, Mark Henry laying up down. So just a point at the end. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so C for me, C for you. Okay then. Guys, you've heard our thoughts on this, or guys or girls, you may be watching this, you females out there, from UK or USA, or wherever in the world. Get your comments down there on the show, what you thought of the show below. God, I'm botching like mad here. NJ, can you finish this off for me, please?
Well, that's been it from the British Fist, and this has been it from Mr. Parkin and NJ. Thank you very much for watching our video, and goodbye.